Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Very difficult to say anything more after what we heard from Kate, but let me put the question of accountability in a different way. Are we committed to really implement a global agenda at the national level, at the regional level? That's, I think, the most important thing. What the lessons that we have learned during the MDGs, that we were very much engaged in providing reports that does not really reflect the reality of the people or the reality of the implementation. And with the SDGs, I think the best thing to do is to have a strong monitoring, evaluation and reporting system, because with this strong mechanism, you can establish a strong mechanism of implementation. And to have this kind of mechanism, you have to establish or to provide the space, the platform for the different stakeholders to come together to discuss what has been happening and what are the challenges and how they can face the challenges together. So to have this participatory and partnership process, you will help yourself to be committed to implement what you have decided to do at the global level. Having 169 indicators for the implementation of the 17 goals, they still have also some indicators to show how we are implementing the process. It is not only in dealing with the goals itself, but also to evaluate the process, how far it is participatory, how our communities, who until now, most of them, they don't know about the MDGs, how our communities will be involved in the SDGs in the implementation, and also they are learning about what they have done or they have got out of this and what they are still lacking to get. So indicators also to measure the process and to learn from the process in the 15 years, I think it's very important. We're not talking about only 1 year or experiment for a few months. We are talking about 15 years of work. So the indicators also should include in the monitoring and evaluation how the process is going to be participatory and partnership. And then the other very important thing is about the transparency when it comes to data. Because even if we have a good intention of providing information, still the level or type of information is very important. Sometimes the information is misleading. And of course, it affects the reporting and the follow-up after that. So this means that in addition to the transparency between, not even between government and civil society, even between the government and itself. Sometimes we find there is a big conflict between ministers of water and ministers of agriculture in dealing with or providing data to each other. So how we are going to establish this mechanism of transparency at the national level and build the capacity of the different stakeholders of the government and of the non-governmental actors, the private sector and so on the data collection and the interpretation of this data into a system of information management. So the capacity building also include, and it will be linked also to technology. In many of the projects that we are dealing with, we found that even if we are building the capacity of the different institutions on the collection of information and the gathering of data, we found that the technology is needed. And this is also part of the North-South cooperation on providing this support to different stakeholders on the data collection and information exchange. Of course, the financial support is needed, and it has to be part of the space that will be given at the national level. The national mechanism is not only to open the door for the civil society and for the different actors to be in this room. It is also what are the means that you are going to provide to your partners to be a strong partner and enabling this partner to be effective at the local level, at the national level, at the sub-regional level. So the whole thing is, are we committed to make these goals actively implemented, or we are going back to the same situation that the most important thing is to write a report and send it globally? I think we are talking about the first alternative because we have learned that there is no way we can go the same way. Thank you very much.